Alright, so I thought I'd make a video to help you guys install a heavy bag wall mount in your home if you've never done it before. I've done things like this quite a few times, kind of handy. And there's just a couple key things you need to know, which I'll go over. It'll make your life way more easy knowing these things when you go to install it yourself. First of all, you want to have a good product with a lot of points of contact to the wall for support. I have one up now made by OSG, and it is a total piece of junk. I have this one. This is my second product made by Yes4all. I love the first one. It's a T-bar platform, simple design, very well made. And you'll see here you have the same thing going on here. You have 8 points of contact for the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4 across the top, and then 3 more across the bottom, where then you'll anchor that to the wall. This swivels and moves around. Slides in. You can swivel it out of the way with the knobs, lock it into place here after you've mounted it. Very simple, very effective design. Here are your knobs that it comes with. Hardware. Now, these are, I believe, 3/8 bolts, but these look like very good quality bolts, not like the ones that come with that OSG kit. Now, if you're mounting this into concrete, you're definitely going to want to use a lag shield. Don't just try to drill a 3/8 hole in the wall and put this in there, because it's going to come back out. You're going to want to get something like this. These are called lag shields. There's a 3/8 lag shield. You see there's quite a few of them in there. This is about $12 to buy. To give you guys an idea, I'll show you what drill bit you'll be needing. It's a masonry drill bit. You get yourself a masonry drill bit, and you're going to put this end into the wall first after you've drilled the hole. So you put that in like that, and then after you got your mount on here, this wall, this is going to go through, and it's going to screw in. Now you're going to see it start opening up. You see it starts to open up the deeper the bolt gets into it, and that's going to open it up and lock it into the concrete, and it is going to keep this from pulling out. Now you get 8 of these into the wall at each point of contact here, your heavy bag will not come out. It is going to be very solidly and firmly mounted in there. So that's the kit. Lag bolts, bolts that are supplied with it. We're going to go ahead and go into the garage. I'll show you what I currently have up there. I managed to make work, but it's still a piece of junk from OSG. And I'll show you the masonry bits, and I'll show you how to very easily and effectively mount this into the wall. So as you can see, despite how much that OSG wall mount sucks, I do have it pretty well mounted into the wall now. That's using the lag shields and some heavy duty bolts. I spent almost as much on bolts as I did on that mount to get it up there, and it's still a piece of crap that just, it doesn't do the job. You see it's only got 3 points of contact, 2 at the top and then the 1 in the center. So I'm not wasting any more time with it. I bought the good one from Yes4all. It's much more effective, and I'm going to just take this piece of junk out before it gives and tears the wall up some more. Also, I'm going to be shortening the chains on the heavy bag. You'll see there's a lot of extra chain in here. Makes a lot of noise. You hear all that? That's terrible. Now you'll notice I have 2 heavy duty springs on there. 2 sections of chain attached to each spring. Now this keeps the bag from destroying the mount. It keeps the bag from tearing through the swivel at the top. You want those springs to absorb impact. If you can and you have the height, you want to add a pair of springs into your heavy bag mount. That's just a tip. I'm telling you, it's going to save on your home and the impact on all your support beams and the wear and tear on your equipment. Now I just went into Home Depot, had them cut a couple of sections of chain. You can see that there. They cost about, I don't know, 60 cents for each section. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mount these here to the chain with the new mount. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece of junk off the wall. Start with the heavy bag. So this thing's gonna come crashing down. This U-bolt that goes through it is also a piece of junk. I don't recommend using that. But your options are limited because the OSG mount has a very tiny hole, and this is the bolt they provided to go into it. It's kind of the one you have to use. All right, we're out. All right, so I'm gonna get that one off the wall, and then I'll show you the mounting process. This is a masonry bit you're gonna wanna use. You see it's got that diamond tip at the top. Don't go in here with just any old bit trying to drill into concrete. I'm using this bit. It's slightly smaller than the bolts, the lag shields. But I'm gonna use this bit to get myself started. So I'll get that out of the wall, and then I'll be back for the mounting process of the new kit. All right, so I got the old mount off. I have, as you can see, my 4 on the top, 4 on the black, on the bottom, I'm sorry, black marker dots for where I'm gonna be drilling my holes. I did use a level, make sure that this thing would be mounted properly, because I don't know if you guys are married, but I'm married and my wife is relentless. She will never stop giving me shit if I put this thing up crooked. I got the old chains off the bag to attach the new ones. I showed you guys the masonry bit. I'm gonna go ahead and start pre-drilling the holes and then add in the lag bolts. And then I'll be back to show you guys the drilled out holes with the lag shields installed into the wall. And then I'll show you the next step, which will be me adding the first mounting bracket, and we'll go ahead and we'll complete this process. So I have the old mount down. I have 7 of the 8 lag shields installed. These are the 2 drill bits that I use to install them. I use this one, which is slightly smaller, to drill a pilot hole. You'll see that this is about the same diameter as the lag shield. You need one that, it's not gonna fit it, but it gets it started, because this one, you know, if you go with the big one immediately, at least for me, I tend to drill the hole way too big and then it's way too loose. As it is, the lag shield slides in very loosely and very easily, but that's okay because this type of a bolt, as you can see, it gets focused. If you'll notice, it'll start to open up. You can see that. As you screw it in the back, it starts to widen and expand. So it's gonna really grip into that concrete well. So this is the way you wanna go with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this last one installed. See, it just slides in nice and easy. It's all pre-drilled. Go ahead and get a couple of these started to hold this in place. There we go. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll get the washers on, and I'll get all the bolts on, and then I'll show you guys the mount after it's mounted. Also in this break, I removed the original chain from the heavy bag. This is the original one. It's just got too many links in it. I only need 3. I showed you the 3 I was gonna add earlier. Those are already added. So I'll go over that when I get this mounted up. All right, so as you can see, I've got everything mounted and hung up. It is absolutely solidly and firmly attached to the wall. Tried it a couple times, there's no play, that thing is up there strong. It is not coming down. These are the original chains that came with the bag. As you can see, if you had the springs in line with these chains, there's just no way. The bag would be hanging down too low. So I pulled this off, had these 3 links attached to the springs. This swivels. I left this just a little bit loose so that way it'll swivel and rotate. Look at that. Awesome. Heavy bag is going nowhere. Also, a little tip, I use tape to go around these S-hooks and to attach here, because everybody that's ever had a heavy bag knows that the heavy bag moves around and sometimes it will jostle its way out of the hook, and you don't want to be dealing with that. So you put some tape there, it prevents that from happening. Also, it prevents the noise that you get from rattling around. You hear that? No chains. Pretty quiet. This thing will have some play, it moves around. Obviously, I can't go any higher because it's gonna hit the rail for the garage door. But that thing is up there, man. That thing is up there and it's solid. I just need to tighten those things to keep the arm from swiveling around so much. Go ahead and tighten the knobs. So, just to show you guys what I used to do this. Real fast. Crescent wrench, a regular wrench, ratchet, socket, screwdriver, 2 masonry bits. This is important. You got to make sure they are masonry bits. Very important. This one, the smaller one to drill the pilot hole. The bigger one to actually get the lag bolts in there. Obviously, you're going to need a drill. I used my flat bench here as a ladder, even though obviously I do have ladders. I just found it easier to use the bench, gives me more space to stand on, and that thing is just up there solid. So I highly recommend the Yes4all heavy bag wall mount. I hope this was helpful in some way if you guys are trying to mount one yourself. You can see the 2 holes with the lag shields from the previous one up there. You know, those things, those are the ones to use. You're mounting and working in concrete, you bury those lag shields in there, you're gonna be good to go. This heavy bag's going nowhere. So I hope this was helpful. Give it a like if it was, subscribe.